Hello, and welcome back to Diecast Graveyard. My name is Paul. We've got an incredible wheel swap today with a brand new product from the great folks at Samed Wheels. I found this Mustang at a Target the other day, and this car is absolutely beautiful. But again, I'm not crazy about these plastic wheels, so we're going to swap them out with some beautiful Samed wheels. But I'll tell you, I love the color of this car and the way it looks. Now, some folks, when they do a wheel swap, they're not really confident about drilling a car apart. So we're going to show you a new way to do a wheel swap, and you don't have to drill the car apart. The kit comes with 2 axles and 4 pins. Now the pins obviously hold the wheels onto the axles, as you'll be able to see here. Just insert it like so. And the same thing on the other side. Using this system is so easy, and I can't wait to show you. This is going to be a lot of fun. So sit back and relax and enjoy today's video. Grab your favorite adult beverage, or if you don't drink, have a Coke, have a coffee, or some water, or whatever, and enjoy this video. This is going to be a lot of fun, and there's a lot of really cool points here. So let's go ahead and get started with today's wheel swap. The first thing we need to do is take off the wheels. Get yourself some type of cutter or snips or whatever, and cut the wheels off, making sure you don't damage the base or the body of the car. Now these wheels aren't that bad looking, but I just love real rider tires, so we're going to switch them out with those beautiful Samed wheels. Do your best to cut your wheels off, again without damaging the body or the base. Easier said than done, right? Let's go ahead and get the snips and cut the axle. Making sure you wear your safety glasses because those little pieces fly and they could fly out and hit you in the eye. So please be careful. Repeat the step on the back. Now again, this system here is so you don't have to drill the car apart, which a lot of guys like to have that realistic look. This is really going to change the way people do wheel swaps, I promise you. Now unless you're going to take the car apart and paint it all up and everything, this is a great way to do a wheel swap without having to drill the car apart, and this is absolutely awesome. Let's move on. I took another base here. I wanted to show you exactly how this system works. Again, cut your wheel off. Tearing the heck out of this, huh? There we go. That's it. Snip that end of the axle off. Snip it at the very end unless you plan on, if you plan on reusing the axles for some other project. But there, that way there we have not disturbed the pins or the little tabs that hold the axles in the center of the car. Let's get a little bit of super glue ready. Take the little axle with the cap after you put your axle inside the car, just so you see how it fits. Okay? And those tabs are there to hold that axle in place. Put the little axle with the cap in the end. Take a little bit of super glue or whatever adhesive you have. Push it in some. Leave a little bit for the wheel. Make sure it dries. Then put your wheel in, put the axle all the way through the wheel, and you'll see how it spins. That's nice. Slip it through. Make sure you got enough axle there. Now that's enough to hold that pin into the axle. Sorry about that angle. Again, you need to wait for that super glue to dry before you start putting the wheel on. The wheels are actually going to roll on the axle, not the pin. The pin is just to hold the wheel on. Grab your wheel and your other pin. Insert it through the wheel. Put a little bit of glue on the end of the pin. See how loose the pin is in the wheel? That's why it rests inside, the axle rests inside the wheel, and that's what that's for. Take yourself your razor knife or any other tool and make sure that that little pin that holds the wheel on is fully inserted into the axle. It rolls nice and free. But that's how it works and that's how it looks inside the vehicle. This was just to show you exactly what you're doing and how to put it on. Again, make sure that pin is fully inserted on both sides. Looking good. Let's move on. Okay, now we're going to put the wheels on the Mustang. Same thing. That axle rides inside the wheel just like you see here. Put your little retainer pin in. That rolls nice. Pull it out a little bit, put some super glue on it, and then push it back in. Insert it into your axle. And make sure it's dry before you put your wheel back on. Put your wheel on the proper way. There you go. Insert it into the car. Make sure that you don't have any glue on your fingers, so if you touch the car, it doesn't stick to the car itself. Push it all the way through. Put your other wheel on. Put a little glue on the cap once you get it inserted into the axle. And then push it in with your tool or your razor knife or whatever you're using. Again, make sure that you didn't push the axle out on the other side. It'll take a little time and a few tries to get this procedure down, but once you do, this is super easy to do. Here I'm going to use something to hold the axle in on one side and then push it down from the other side. That's working great. Now just repeat the step for the back wheel. Let's go ahead and speed this up. Like I said, once you get this down, this procedure is so easy. Now, this is not recommended if you plan on racing this car down a track or anything. This is just for you to do wheel swaps. So don't expect to break any lap records or anything if you do a wheel swap.
Meanwhile, back in the graveyard.
And this is what we started with, this Matchbox Mustang. And like I said, this car is beautiful, but I don't care for the plastic wheels, so we're going to do a wheel swap. Now, this whole procedure, like I said, is for you to do a wheel swap without having to drill your car apart. We cut the wheels out. We took the wheels out of the car itself. We put the new axles on. We put those beautiful Samed wheels on. And then we put the cap pins on. And we had an incredibly beautiful wheel swap. And here's the result. Look at how nice this wheel swap turned out. And the best part about it is we did not have to drill the car apart. This looks absolutely incredible. One, because we didn't have to drill it apart. Two, because we replaced them with these beautiful Samed wheels. Now, I know that I gush about the Samed wheels, but the product is incredible, and they keep coming out with some new ideas and new wheels and all kinds of things. So check out Samed wheels when you get a chance here. This was a lot of fun. I super enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to many, many more wheel swaps without having to drill the car apart. And like I always say, folks, you can do this too. Get online, order yourself some Samed wheels, order some of these wheel swap kits, and you're going to have a lot of fun. And I know that I do, and I know a lot of my friends do. But check out Samed Wheels at www.samedwheels.com for all the products that they offer. This was so much fun, and like I said, I can't wait to do it again. Tune in every Wednesday or every Wednesday that I can for Wheel Swap Wednesday. Thank you for joining me today on Diecast Graveyard. I had a lot of fun. We got a lot more videos coming out and a lot more other products. So check out my website at diecastgraveyard.com for customs that I have for sale. Have a great day. Thank you and cheers.